Hi there folks, welcome to another video by the brilliant expat Cappy. Now folks, this video is a response video to a video brought out by another NASA nutcase who goes by the ID of Blue Earth Thing, whereby he tried to discredit a comrade of mine regarding one of the Apollo lunar rovers. And here's that rover coming up folks, take a good look at it. Okay folks, here's that rover here, AS15-88-11901. Now, what Scott Henderson displayed with this rover is the back wheel is heavily coated with dust, and dust cannot stick to a vertical surface. So, Scott concluded that it's been stuck to the wheel by oil that leaked from the HUD. Notice there's no dust stuck on the front wheel. Now folks, me, the brilliant expat Taffy, yes, that's right, me the brilliant expat Taffy, has just proved what an idiot this Blue Earth thing is. I picked a certain photo of Buzz Aldrin on the moon. I asked this moron, do you think this photo is genuine and taken on the moon? I must have asked him at least 10 times. He wouldn't commit himself. He wouldn't say yes, it's on the moon. He wouldn't say no, it's faked on the earth. So I done a video showing him that that photo was definitely faked here on the earth. Now, with this rover, I done the same with this rover, with this idiot. I asked him, do you think this rover photo is genuine and taken on the moon? Or do you think it's faked here on the earth? Again, he wouldn't answer. I must have asked him at least 6 times. He hasn't got the balls to answer. Now, I'll show you how fake this photo is. I've dealt with it in the past, years ago. Let's take a close look at it, shall we? Okay, here is the wheel of that rover. And as you can see, it's very, very heavily caked with dirt and dust. Now, any common sense, dirt will not stick to a dry surface, a vertical surface. There's definitely something holding all this dust onto that wheel. And Scott Henderson concluded there must be an oil leak from the HUD. And this moron, Blue Earth Thing, disputed that. Because if there was oil on this HUD, it proves it's fake and not taken on the moon. So this Blue Earth Thing thought he could prove that it's not oil, so he could claim that this photo is genuine and taken on the moon. Well, I'm going to show you what a moron he is. Okay folks, here's the first thing to notice about that rover photo. It's been photoshopped. It's fake, 100% fake, and you're going to see more evidence. Here you are, Blue Earth idiot. Study this photo and you will see there is no wheel tracks either in front or behind these wheels. So how did it get there? Okay folks, like I said, I've dealt with this rover before in the past, in other videos of mine. When I mentioned years ago, I specifically stated there are no tracks in front or behind these 2 wheels. And that brought a response from the idiot Birdie Slack. Do you know what he said? He said, how the heck can you get tracks in front of a wheel? What a bloody moron! Now with the front wheel, you will not get tracks in front of it, but you should get tracks behind it. And the tracks behind that front wheel should appear in front of the back wheel. That idiot is too thick to think of that. You will get tracks in front of the back wheel if it was genuine. Well, watch for something else coming up by this moron now. Okay, take a look at this one crop photo to get you to have a better view. You can see there is no tracks in front or behind any of these wheels. Nothing at all. And all you can see is about 2 boot prints. Okay folks, when I dealt with this a couple of years ago, the idiot Birdie Slack thought he could come up with the answer. He said they stopped the rover at the wrong position because what they needed to do was take a sample of soil from under the rover.
they could have easily put their hand under and picked up a sample of it and put it in a bag and be off. But he said they picked the rover up and carried it to another spot so they could examine the soil under the rover. And here's proof of that coming up.
There you are. Have a good look at that. By Bertie Slack. They picked it up on that occasion. They were sampling too close to the rover, and he's the one who's trying to recruit Blue Earth Thing into his army. Now, if, like he said, they stopped the rover at one position, then wherever they stopped it, there should be tracks there. And if they picked it up and walked along with it and moved it to another spot, there should be trails of boot prints from where they picked it up to where they dropped it. There isn't any. Here you are. Here's the next photo, pan to the right of the rover. Now, can any of you see any wheel tracks behind the rover? And another thing, I've enclosed the description of that photo here. What it shows there is a white card sticking up in the ground. Now, how did it get there? If they dropped it, it wouldn't be sticking up vertical. It would be flat on the ground. So the only way that can be sticking up is if they pressed it down into the soil. And none of them could have done that because there would be boot prints there, which there are not. Now there, Blue Earth Thing, moron, idiot. The final piece of evidence that that photo is fake and that rover is not on the moon is something that you will deny, and so will the screwball screwy idiot will deny. But I'll prove my point. The final bit of proof that that photo is fake is the tyres on that rover are all air-inflated rubber tyres. But they've been photoshopped to try to make them look like the wire mesh tyres with the grips. The grips on there, the white grips on there, are all painted in on Photoshop. Here you are, Blue Earth Thing. You told Scott you couldn't see the other side wheel. Well, here's the same rover, here's the other side wheel. And it's not covered with dirt as the other side is. But one thing on here is far more apparent, a lot clearer, that the grip bars are simply painted on. Let me give you a closer look. Here you are. On the left you got the Apollo 15 rover, the other wheel. And as you can see, the grip bars are simply painted on with Photoshop. On the right is what's supposed to be a genuine wire mesh wheel with metal grip bars. And where you can see grip marks like these, they've been airbrushed in with Photoshop. Just look at the one on the right, that's a genuine one. Cleric 58 and Screwball Screwy will say they look the same. Well, what about that? Are you still insisting that rover was taken on the moon? There's all the evidence there. Every time you open your gob and make a stupid statement, you'll have a video made containing that stupid statement.